Last September, dozens of speakers gathered at the Imperial County Board of Supervisors meeting in El Centro. They were there to discuss the county's plan to spend future tax dollars from the lithium industry, one of the major conversations happening in the county. But some of the speakers had something else they wanted to talk about.
There's no Spanish translation of the updated plan. We cannot continue to push aside Spanish-speaking residents, especially when their health and livelihoods are at stake.
Fernanda Vega is with the Imperial Valley Equity and Justice Coalition. She pointed out that the county had only published its spending plan in English, meaning many residents were locked out of the discussion.
A lack of translation is a lack of transparency. How are our communities supposed to fully engage when they cannot access the most basic information?
Translation and interpretation services in local government meetings can vary widely across the state. But the lack of Spanish translation in Imperial County is especially significant. Across the county, 3/4 of residents speak Spanish at home, and around a quarter of them also don't speak English fluently.
There's no reason we can't have dynamic multilingual conversation across the state, in the legislature, and in local governments, even if we're not a big city.
Raul Ureña is the former mayor of Calexico, the county's second largest city, where 9 in 10 residents speak Spanish at home, and more than half don't speak English fluently.
Especially in a city where Spanish is not the minority language, it is the majority language, the overwhelming majority language.
Calexico does offer some live interpretation during their city council meetings, but it is one of many local governments statewide that don't translate many key documents. That means a lot of residents have a harder time holding their elected officials accountable. In 2022, a state audit found that previous elected officials in Calexico had been overspending, creating an ongoing financial crisis. One of the causes, the audit said, was that Calexico only publishes its key budget documents in English.
To have a check on government corruption and to have transparency in the finances, the state government recommended that at least the budget be translated so that the population could know where their money was being spent.
Calexico is only one example. The Imperial County Registrar of Voters has been accused of violating federal voting rights law by not translating key election documents. The Board of Supervisors, the most influential body in the county, has also faced criticism for holding English-only meetings.
Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 707 by Senator Durazo, enacting to local government.
Now, though, a new state bill could push the county of Imperial and some cities to do more. State Senator Maria Durazo of Los Angeles is the bill's author.
This bill allows local governments to serve their communities better and increases the public's access to meetings, especially vulnerable communities.
The bill, SB 707, would strengthen parts of the state's open meetings law, including requiring certain counties and larger cities to provide translated versions of their meeting agendas, which list major decisions and policies that elected officials are planning on voting on. Those requirements would apply to the Imperial County Board of Supervisors, and also appear to apply to the cities of Calexico and El Centro. Imperial County officials are pushing back, though, along with several other counties across the state. At the Board of Supervisors meeting last week, the county's assistant CEO, Rebecca Terrazas Baxter, pointed out that the bill doesn't include any state funding to cover the costs.
It presents substantial costs and operational challenges for the county to implement, especially counties that are small, dealing with budget concerns as well.
Others, though, are more hopeful about the changes the bill might bring, like Vega, the advocate who attended the county lithium hearings. When she spoke up back in September, Vega says she was trying to speak up for everyone who felt shut out, including her own parents, who felt like they couldn't take part because of the lack of translation.
And that's what they've told us. They've told us, like, it's in English. Like, I don't want to be in a space where I don't understand and I'm looking all confused.
Vega thinks the new bill could make a big difference for people like her parents.
By literally just translating a meeting, you're already saying you're invited, you're important. We care about what you have to say.
The California Senate passed the bill earlier this month. It's now in the state assembly. Kori Suzuki, KPBS News.